The sickening spectacle of Facebook's Zuckerberg being questioned by a panel of senators, many of whom have received thousands in donations from him and his company, is indicative of the current state of America. Zuckerberg was not placed under oath. Here's what that sounds like to those us outside the world's greatest deliberative body. Your Honor, I'd like to spend a day with the jury before my trial. I have hundreds of thousands to give away before they hear my case. Senators and House members may say they represent us, but that's simply wishful thinking on everyone's part. They work for those who deposit money into their re-election campaigns. A lot of government accountability comes back to the Senate and House. It's hard for John Q. Public to exercise accountability over the FBI, however. Here are 2 recent FBI articles to help you decide if the FBI really is infected by a few bad apples who need to be made into vinegar, or if something else is going on. Backpage.com was recently shuttered by the FBI over its human trafficking ads. It wasn't all that long ago, however, that Backpage's founder was honored by then-director Robert Mueller. Next, Howie Carr details how the FBI, through 2 different directors, kept 4 men in prison for a murder the FBI knew they did not commit. Yeah, Mueller. No organization is perfect. There is, however, a fundamental culture of evil within the FBI that wants to believe good people can be immersed in evil for an extended period of time, consort with those who practice evil, and still end up doing the right thing. These articles demonstrate that both those who immerse these people and those who are immersed, baptized into evil, are simply not able to serve good over evil in the long run. All of human nature demonstrates this. To become convincing to those who are evil, you must embrace what they embrace. How can you do that without doing the same deeds they do, and sharing the same values they have? Good and evil are in the end spiritual affiliations, something our culture will deny, likely until its death. A man cannot serve 2 masters. I have written previously that the FBI is not repairable. Mueller was the director under GWB who, after 9/11, dismembered the wall of separation between our foreign intelligence agencies and American citizens, who are protected by the 4th Amendment. He helped to cook up an elaborate process of secret warrants, issued by a secret court, that would make previously collected data available to law enforcement, especially the FBI. The Patriot Act is not greater than the Constitution. The idea that Mueller will exonerate Trump, who is intent on curtailing that edifice, is laughable. Occasionally, although less occasionally these days, I watch the news favored by liberal America. After the discussion begins, it is difficult to believe they are talking about the same news event that was just reported. Invariably, Mueller is as white as the wine-driven snow, while Trump's life has been so corrupt that it is impossible he is not guilty as charged, whatever the crime may be. Republicans would be well advised that there is no such thing as a reasonable conclusion regarding the facts in this environment. If the Rs run chump change candidates this fall and are overtaken by the Ds in the midterms, the Rs will experience only rage and the exercise of raw power to their, and in the end our, destruction. The spirit of entitlement the Ds reflect in their legislation was born in their own personal lives, first. If Republican voters sit out this election because the old boy network runs uninspiring, entitled candidates who don't despise the status quo, illegal voters will decide the election. The First and Second Amendments will be but crumpled and incinerated memories. Facebook et al.'s deep tech will be used to control America's fate until the day of collapse comes. Evangelicals, in particular, need to decide if appearing righteous in their own eyes is worth the death of this nation. My reading of the Bible is that God has never been impressed with self-righteousness. Make no mistake, 3-letter agencies around the world are using big tech to mirror God's omniscient, all-knowing character. You are the subject. Enslavement is the goal.